We grew up in singing in children's choir in church, which I hated. I was very shy as a kid, and as I mentioned, very insecure. So I only did children's choir because I was forced to. Our mom was the children's choir director, and she played the piano at church, and so we had to do that. But and I would just stand up there and basically mouth the words. But our grandparents were musicians, and some of my earlier memories were of them at their house with their friends playing bluegrass music, and so it was just kind of always there. And all my brothers play music, and so it's definitely runs in the family. Ready? Okay. Well, this is worthy. The sun is shining and the sky is blue, but you don't even notice. You got your head in the clouds and a load on your back, and you feel like you can't do this. You are worthy of so much more than what you give yourself credit for. No one but you can make you believe you are worthy. Perfect size too, could have anyone she wanted, but you are you and you're beautiful too, and I hope someday you'll see that you are worthy of so much more than what you give yourself credit for. No one but you can make you believe you are worthy. Say that you'll get there someday, but you don't know where there is. It's your place in the sun where you'll shine so bright while the wind is singing. You are worthy of so much more than what you give yourself credit for. No one but you can make you believe you are worthy. The sun will set and the beauty will fade, at least that's what they'll tell you. But the moon will rise and they'll see in your eyes, from the darkness comes the light. You are worthy of so much more than what you give yourself credit for. No one but you can make you believe you are worthy. You are worthy of so much more than what you give yourself credit for. No one but you can make you believe you are worthy. Okay. And I was in the honor choir in high school, and that was fun. And I would always sing, and I'd be like, man, you've got a pretty good voice. But then when it came time to doing it in front of people, I was just too backward and too shy to do it, so I wouldn't. But it's funny how when you get out of your own way, you start and just start doing things for yourself. It's like I've had all these opportunities open up because of it, because I stopped being so afraid. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I've just, not just with playing music, but I also teach yoga, and all of that has, when I stopped being driven by fear, I just have had a lot of opportunities present themselves, and it's been really good. This one is called Out of Luck. I went out driving in my old car. I wasn't sure I'd make it too far before I broke down and left me unsure of what I was doing, what I was living for. Sometimes you break down, sometimes you break up, you get pushed around, a little too much, you lose your way, you fall out of touch. Boss man told me it's time to move on. Come Monday morning, you'd better be gone. So I packed my shit and loaded my too far. 'Cause sometimes you break down, sometimes you break up, you get pushed around a little too much, you lose your way. Fall out of touch, you fall on your ass, you run out of luck. I stand in the shower and I pull my hair, 'cause life ain't always fun, and it ain't always fair. 'Cause sometimes you break down, sometimes you break up, you get pushed around too much, you lose your way, you fall out of touch, you fall on your ass, you run out of luck. Guys, the thing last year, I think that was the first time I'd ever done anything like that. I had played out by myself like maybe one other time, and they had asked me to participate in this, and I didn't have a guitar or anything, but I was like, I'll do it. And so I played my ukulele, and I was so nervous, and for me, it just goes back to that surrendering to the flow, and I've really tried to live by that this past year. And actually, there's a book called The Surrender Experiment, written by Michael Singer, and it's about his life and how he surrendered to the flow, like whatever opportunities were presented to him, good or bad, he just trusted the universe, and he ended up building a very successful like medical software company. But it just really inspired me to just let go of my attachment to perfection and my fear of just not being perfect, and afraid of what people are going to think, because at the end of the day, people don't think about us as much as we think that they do. And when we're driven by fear in that way, we just miss out on a lot of opportunities. And I've missed out on a lot of things in my life because I was too afraid and too insecure. And I still get nervous, but I've just had a lot of opportunities that have just been presented to me over the last year, and I know it's because I'm just surrendering and just going with it, and it's fun, and I'm just really grateful to be where I am right now. It's a pretty short song, but this one's called Love Song. And it's a love song, I think. Was just moving along, doing my own thing, happy with life. I never knew what was missing. One spring night in May, out of the blue, you sang me your song. That's when I knew. Now I'm singing a love song. I'll sing it all day long. With you is where I belong. Singing a I have 2 nieces and a nephew, and they're angels, and I love them so much. And I'm still relatively new in songwriting, so most of what I write is drawn from personal experience. And sometimes I just get a phrase in my head, and I just kind of go from there. Or sometimes I get a melody in my head. I don't really have a method. But I will say the last couple of weeks I've been writing more. I do a lot of just like stream of consciousness journaling and just see what comes up. And then sometimes there's an idea for a song, and sometimes it's just gibberish. But I don't know what kind of sparked that idea for that song. It just, I had the melody first, and I was just playing the chords, and then I guess I was just thinking about my babies, and that's just kind of what came out. And the lyrics came to me pretty quickly. Okay. Well, I'll try this one. We'll see. How it goes. It is called Aunt Emmy. That's me. Okay. Dark hair and honey brown eyes. She looks a little like me when she smiles. With a freckle on her lip and a swinging in her hip, she's the prettiest thing alive. Of all the things that I have done, running around just for fun. Of all the gigs I've had, my favorite one is the one my brothers gave to me when I became an Emmy. It was the year 2020. We got us a couple of pandemic babies, a little boy and baby girl. Yeah, they're gonna change the world. I can see it so clearly. Of all the things that I have done, running around just for fun. Of all the gigs I've had, my favorite one is the one my brothers gave to me when I became an Emmy. Maybe one day I'll have a family of my own, or maybe not, and then I'll spend my life alone. But either way the story goes, I've got a shot at being the cool and everybody calls no matter what. Of all the things that I have done, running around just for fun. Of all the gigs I've had, my favorite one is the one my brothers gave to me when I became an Emmy. Really, the biggest obstacle has been myself. I know I keep saying that, but I don't really have any specific goals. Music and songwriting is, at least at this point in my life, is really it's like a healing process. So, like Leslie County Sky, I just wrote that, but that was, for me, it was it's healing and letting go. Which is something I try to live by anyway, but that's kind of what that song represents. And so, with any song that I write or anything that I put out into the world, my hope is that it inspires someone else to be their best self and to not be afraid. And that's really all I can hope for in anything that I do. And that's, I don't know. It's just, again, I'm just letting everything flow. And if anything more is meant to happen, then I believe that it will. But along the way, I'm just enjoying putting things out there that inspire people or that resonates in some way.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all.
This is Leslie County Sky. maybe. I remember our first date. You picked me up 7:45. You held my hand, you held my door, you kissed my face and left me wanting more. The stars light up that Leslie County sky. I could see it when I looked into your eyes. We've held on for as long as we could. If I could do it all again, I would. Years have passed, time it flies. The seasons change in the blink of an eye. And if I'm honest, and if I'm true, the only man I ever loved was you. The stars light up that Leslie County sky. Shooting stars fall down while we were getting high. We held on for as long as we could. If I could do it all again, I would. Sometimes you wait all your life for laughter, love, pain, and strife. What you give is what you get, and I would wait 100 years to hold your hand, love you out loud, cry together and laugh it out. I would do it all again, even knowing how the story ends. The stars light up that Leslie County sky. You could see it if you looked into my eyes. We held on for as long as we could. If I could do it all again, I would. I remember our first date. You picked me up 7:45. I remember specifically, it was New Year's Eve, I think going into 2019, and I told Nicholas that I was quitting that job that year. I said, I don't know how or when, but I'm going to. And then 2 weeks later, I had an opportunity to quit. And it was a big pay cut, but I just didn't care. I had to get out of there. And for the first time in my life, I made a big decision like that, and I just took money out of the equation. And it's just like everything that's happened since then has just been like aligned. And when you kind of get the ball rolling in that, it's like, man, this feels really good. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And, that's a lot of faith, and that's really hard. But, if we can surrender to that and have faith in that and trust it and trust in ourselves, then I think anything is possible. I really do. I think we're all capable of whatever we want.